dick swingers!
Death metal dick swingers!
Death metal dick swingers! DMDS!
This week on Discogs, Darkthrone is the band, Eternal Hells is the sound. And I'm going to let Hammerhead do the background because I refuse to do a background to Darkthrone because it's Darkthrone. Everyone knows Darkthrone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give you a background of Darkthrone. Everyone knows who fucking Darkthrone is, so I'm not going to fucking patronise you. Let's just introduce this album. While I wouldn't say that this album is a straightforward Doom album, it's obviously a huge influence and it feels very much like a Doom album in a general sense. If anyone has been paying attention, Fenris is a long-time fan of Doom. He even had a short-lived, specifically Doom side project, Red Planet, which sadly only featured on one rather unfortunate split with Nat Frost. So it's not surprising, or rather it seemed inevitable that Darkthrone proper would eventually release a very Doom-heavy album. But obviously because they're Darkthrone, they had to wait a little while for the Doom boom of a couple years ago to fade out, as we know that they can't do anything that would be remotely perceived as being popular. I'd just like to add on the ellipses point. I don't understand why people are being so autistic about this. Like, there's a 99% chance that it's a Bathory reference. It's literally the same double ellipses. I think people who think they're metal journalists or something should know a bit more about the history of the genre before they start to throw their toys out of the pram.
Stay wrecked.
I guess just to continue on that point of like not knowing the history, I think one of our modern problems is entryism into metal, mainly from punks who've realised they're fucking lame as shit and there hasn't been anything cool about them for a long time. So I don't think it's really shocking that we get this kind of ignorance from our fucking elite class of journalists. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
We love journalists here at the DMDS Podcast.
And we're music journalists now.
No, you.
I've got him.
So, enough of that fucking... Shall we get on to track number 1, His Master's Voice?
HMV.
That's already based.
That is what HMV is.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, fuck off, is it?
Yeah, it is. It's the dog. It's the painting.
Oh my god. I did not know that.
I'm 90% sure that he's trolling us, but...
I'm not. The painting is called His Master's Voice.
Jesus.
And it's a painting of a dog looking in... He's sitting on his owner's casket, and the record player is playing His Master's Voice.
Why would that shop not be called Huge Music Variety instead of fucking His Master's Voice? Oh my god. Of all the things
Did
that
you
the
think it was
acronym could
Huge
have
Music
fucking meant.
Variety?
Something like that.
Why is HMV called HMV? It stands for his... It actually is.
Music Variety makes more fucking sense.
Mate, HMV's fucking the most rock and roll thing I can think of.
That's fucking sick, bruv.
I'm going to buy my records at HMV from now on.
Do they even have brick and mortar shops?
There's one in Winchester.
There's one.
And in Basingstoke.
One.
Yeah.
There's the last Woolworths. Fucking hell. Should we talk about this track?
Yeah.
'Cause- right. So it's an interesting intro. It sort of reminds me of Aranzi Pazuzu, the start of Saturatio. Obviously, one of the first things that stands out is how retro the production is.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I know some people are reeing about it, but really it does give it a strange sort of like vintage, but also anachronistic vintage feel when combined with Nocturno Culto's slightly sort of blackened rasps.
Yeah, but are the people
it's interesting.
The people who are complaining about the retro sound, are they the same people that are complaining that it's not black metal?
Probably. Well, yeah, and they're also the people who are complaining about the ellipses.
Fucking
dickheads, bruv.
Fucking
the absolute state of music journalism.
Absolute state of people that listen to music in general.
That's it. If you listen to music, you are fucking bruv.
If you're a poser, turn this podcast off right now. Anyway, what were we saying?
I don't really know what great detail I can give about a lot of this song, because it's sort of like B-roll doom riffs. Like, they just aren't fantastic, which is kind of disappointing. And I know that this was obviously probably more of a Nocturno call, because I find it hard to imagine that Fenris doesn't know what makes a good doom riff, because the man has good taste.
I'd be interested in seeing the credits, the album credits, because I've got a few physical releases from Darkthrone, and they usually got the
Right, I'm only using Metalum. I don't know if there's any like...
Yeah, they're not really on there.
Deeper insight, yeah.
And obviously, I haven't been able to afford many records because of house arrest.
Yeah. You can't have a job now.
Nice tyrannical government you got there.
Yeah.
It's a shame someone... not going to say that, they're probably listening.
They are. They probably are, yeah. To kind of to continue on with that, the faster riffs at the start are just too simplistic to be interesting, in my opinion. Really, I'd say it's more accurate to consider the second half of this song as the doom section. Yeah. The first is faster, but still, in a weird way, still seems sort of devoid of energy. And this talk of the riffs does include the main riff. It only really shines for me when that lead is played over it towards the end. I find the song to be pretty boring, to be honest. And I did have a question. Shitbag, what do you think about the drumming? Does anything interesting happen at all?
It's weird because I like the drumming because I think it's really simplistic, and it drives the song, but like not drives the song, but like fits in with the guitar to push a song. I like it.
It's tight drumming, but is it interesting?
It does its job. Like,
fair enough.
Like especially like the crash hits and the like boom, boom, like that. Like,
I feel like the better used later on, but we'll get into that.
I think you're trying to look for something that it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, it's just drums, bruv. Like
maybe.
It's like, I think you should just appreciate it for what it is.
No.
No,
I will not.
No, I don't think so.
But if the riff you're talking about is the one that comes in at about 5 minutes.
It's not. See, this is a thing, right? I'm not trying to say that they're bad riffs. They're just not very interesting. I like the feeling of it, but it could have been better. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's just not very interesting riff. It could be if it was worked on a bit more.
I think that as a whole, the whole thing works really well, and I like it as a track. I don't think anything needs to stand out because everything does its job in the place it's supposed to be. And I think the riff's quite cool, like, especially that doomy one at the end.
Okay. That's fair enough.
And I did comment on the bass as well. The bass is like a cement mixer. But I can't really hear it on these headphones. It was better on the speakers.
I concur with Moorhound's analysis on that.
Mm-hmm.
But with yours, I'm not really like getting what like the drums.
I mean,
are.
I've not like take what I'm saying at face value. Like, I'm not saying there's anything bad about it. I'm just saying that it's just not very interesting.
Yeah, I guess. No, I wouldn't say guess actually. No, like for it's yeah. The drums in this is like what did you want? Like drum fills every 5 minutes or like?
No, it's why it was a question for you. Like I was wondering what you would think about it because in my mind it didn't seem like there was very much happening. So I was just wondering.
That's a fit. That like it's different as well. Like you. The song needs to have a suitable drum track to it, you know. So, and this one I found was suitable. Like, it doesn't have to be outrageously out there, you know. Then the other thing about this is like I do like the slowed riffs. It's like pretty sludgy, doomy sounding. Didn't like that.
This will come up again, but it's. You know, I would say that I am as informed to comment on Doom as Warhound is to comment on power metal. These aren't good Doom riffs.
Well, I didn't say it was good. I said it sounded Doom. I didn't say it was a good Doom riff. I said it sounded.
All right, fair enough. Have we got anything else to say, or are we going to go on to Hate Cloak?
Hate Cloak.
It's a very good Doom song.
Yeah, I call it Riff Cloak.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah, I can see why this was chosen as a single for this release. The intro is very cool.
Yeah.
There's a nice little combination between the main riff playing with the lead, and the main riff is actually pretty cool. Like, it's got nice variation to it. A slide and a nice bit of vibrato gives it that kind of sexual energy that a good Doom riff needs, in my opinion. The second riff that you hear before the solo is cool as well. It's just very classic sounding, and it doesn't outstay its welcome. The solo is also a nice little aside that in the same way feels well integrated into the song and does what it needs to, then fucks off. Nice pinch harmonics. However, it does end very strangely.
No, that's cool.
I understand it being on purpose.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a bit jarring. It's just a little bit strange.
I don't know. I like things like that. There's one in Craft, Undone.
Okay.
It's like some cable sound from guitar, and they just left it in, and it sounds fucking sick. I love things like that.
That's fine, but the issue is when it is how it cuts out.
Yeah,
like,
I like it. Like the same thing you're
okay.
complaining about, I like. So we're not going to reach a consensus on it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to agree on everything. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't like it if it was all the time.
Yeah,
It would just be unlistenable trash. But I just like it when every now and then there's a little bit of
more raw kind of. Okay, I can understand it from like as a Darkthrone aesthetic thing. Like, okay, it makes sense to do it. The midway riff is maybe a bit repetitive, but I like what it turns into, and it goes into that like very cool, very vintage riff, assisted with the cymbals. And you get a nice little subtle lead which appears, and it sounds sick. Like that part is very cool. I like that. Only thing left to say is we end up getting like a little glimpse into the recording process where the Darkthrone boys were debating what to name this album. And Nocturno went upstairs to the toilet and had one of those moments of shitting clarity. So he leans forward to unlock the door and he goes, "I've got it. Eternal Hails." You can also see the ellipses was originally going to be in between the two words, but this was changed for aesthetic reasons. So it's a nice little insight there.
The Eternal Hails. I think it's Fenris who says it, right?
I couldn't work out who the fuck says it, to be honest. I didn't think it sounded like Fenris. So maybe it was Fenris having a shit then.
It reminds me of Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur.
Ah, right, okay.
It reminds me of that. Maybe they were playing Soul Calibur.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think they play Soul Calibur. Doesn't strike me as the type to play
maybe not.
Play PlayStation 2 games.
Oh yeah, I'd probably be a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't play games. I don't expect Darkthrone to play games.
Other than that, I think the lyrics are cool as well. So yeah.
Yeah, they are, but I couldn't work out. It seems like something about the Mariana Trench, but I couldn't quite work out what like the premise is, like what exactly is being said.
Yeah, they're a bit cryptic, but
ambiguous.
Yeah. But the words are cool.
Yeah, there's another one like that coming up that I'll point out. But it is, as you say, yeah, very, very cryptic. It's an odd one. Shitbag?
I like this song. I like this track.
Yeah, it's good.
And every time I'm on it, I just literally listen to it and focus in on it.
It's a good little boy.
I also like the sort of like you hear the bass peeking through every now and then, and it just sounds fucking dirty heavy.
Mm. It almost destroyed my speakers.
Yeah, like, and the harrowing backing vocals as well. Like they fit in really well. It's like 7 minutes in, something like that. The moon stars. You hear them like just going in the background. Yeah, it does remind me of like old school music as well.
Yeah, it's done. It's used very well on this track. That whole like retro.
Yeah, it's like retro is a good word for it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want a Darkthrone album with like modern, like shiny production and.
I think it leads to one problem in a later track that we'll go through. But besides that, like I don't really like it's just a flavor thing. Like if they want to present it, because this was analog recording, wasn't it? If they want to do it like that, like then what's the problem? You know, like it's just an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
Intentionally kind of hailing back to like hailing back to
eternally
like
hailing back.
Yeah, eternally hailing back to like certain musical inspirations and stuff like that. It's cool, like whatever.
Shall we
track number 3, Wake of the Awakened.
on Wake of the Awakened, my main takeaway at this point in the album was how you could tell that Darkthrone are a very experienced band who know what they're doing in songcraft, because everything, they have a number of different riffs and sections and things in these songs, and they flow together really well. There's no like stop and change and everything. They all feel like they're meant to be in the place, and they all come together smoothly.
Yeah, well integrated.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't really want to pick out anything in particular from Wake of the Awakened, but it's just as a whole, it's that's what stood out to me, how well everything gelled together. But it is a continuing theme throughout the album. But I think it stands out here because some of the sections are so different. Yeah,
I agree. Okay, so this is the problem, because I don't want this to be misread. Like I'm not saying that. Yeah, you're completely correct. They're good musicians and they know how to transition and to tie things together really well. But the problem is that I'm not finding a lot of the riffs very interesting. The riff beginning about 5 minutes in is a nice Black and Doom riff. But it still feels like a filler riff that you'd usually expect to be buffering something top tier. The more speedy ending riff is very nice, and I feel like that's kind of wasted. Like, I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's anything bad about this song. I'm not saying that they're not good musicians. They obviously are. Warhound is entirely correct. It's just that what they have managed to masterfully piece together doesn't necessarily come out very interesting to me, to my ears. The lyrics, this is to touch back on what you were saying before. The lyrics seem interesting. Like, I could tell that they're talking about some kind of cool concept. Like, it could be any number of things. Like, it could be like some kind of awakening that this person's going through. It could be like some sort of initiatory process. It could have been like a life or death experience, a death experience or something. But I also can't work out what the fuck it is actually talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I found that with some older Darkthrone lyrics as well.
I don't know any older Darkthrone lyrics. I just never listened to.
No, I was just flicking through some of the sleeves and stuff. Like I was flicking through Hate Them sleeve, and like, yeah, the lyrics are cool, but I don't know what the fuck they mean.
Yeah, I just Darkthrone. Yeah, I've never really cared about the lyrics that much.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's not really like a sing-along band, is it?
All right, shitbag.
See, this just like it sort of is the same song as the other one, just with some extra changes up. It just has the same feel to it as Hate Cloak does. I don't know if that's what you guys thought.
No, definitely not.
I don't know.
Hate Cloak I found much more interesting.
Well, it's still got like the like drum beats into build-ups. It's got the same sort of like rhythmic tie-ins together.
Maybe if you're like, because I guess you're looking at it more from drums perspective. I can, because you're saying that it's quite similarly moved forward. Like, is that what you're sort of trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say it's a bad song, but it's not like.
No, I don't think it's bad.
It's not something I'd probably. This one is the one that I probably wouldn't listen to again. If you said choose a song on the album, I would choose. Probably the next song, but
okay, all right.
Talking of the next song,
yeah, track number 4, Voyage to a North Pole Adrift.
This is the doomiest Doomy Boy, I think. There's more Doom elements on this than
it could be
other boys.
I really like the intro.
Yeah, it's a very intriguing, interesting intro.
Right.
I concur.
And then I also like the vocal lines. And I like when the drums kick in and speed up a bit, like a minute 30-ish in. You can definitely tell that it's Doom for 100%. I'm trying to think where the bit I really like is. The guitar riff at 5 minutes in, I think it is.
I still wouldn't say 100% Doom because there is a fast part.
No, yeah, I wouldn't say it was Doom.
Yeah.
Well, it's very influenced Doom, man.
I say there's Doom. There's definitely you can hear that Fenris was listening to fucking Candlemass while he's having shit.
This whole album's just them having a shit.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's where they came up with. No, that sounds bad.
What?
I'm not saying that.
You're not saying what?
I didn't mean it to sound like I was saying that this was shit out. Like, that's not what I was saying. Oh God.
He was making homemade hamburgers, listening to.
Is that a way of saying shit? Is that a way of getting?
I meant he was actually making hamburgers.
You're going to roll out of your tent at Bloodstock one morning. I'm just going to go and make some homemade hamburgers, lads. I'll be back in a sec. Fucking hell.
I can't think of any Doom bands now. Not one. I can only think of Candlemass.
I think
Sabbath,
you're
that's
right.
a Doom band.
Yeah. I think I have specifically seen Fenris talk about Candlemass.
Oh, okay. Nice.
He has.
I will have to check that, but I'm pretty sure that they are an influence.
They are.
Not even specifically like on this album, but just in general.
They were around. Candlemass were around for a while before Darkthrone, right?
Yeah.
Because fucking.
Didn't it come out 84? Fucking Epicus or something like that. I think it was 84. Oh, 86. Fucking close. Oh, they formed in 84. Okay, yeah, all right. So Candlemass formed 84. Epicus comes out 86.
Yeah, and the first Darkthrone album was 89, right?
Blaze was 92. Soulside Journey, obviously not black metal, but 91.
Yeah, the earliest one I've listened to was their Cromlech demo. I haven't listened to.
Is it all right?
Yeah.
Death metal.
I don't remember. I listened to it like 10 years ago. I just remember it being alright.
I'll have to check it out. I'll give it a look. Yeah, but Blaze was technically, it was like one of the earliest of the Norwegian black metal, wasn't it? It was, if not the earliest. I think it was Darkthrone and Bertram were the earliest releases, I'm pretty sure.
Well, what about Mayhem? When did...
they didn't actually come out with... Euronymous already had Darkthrone and Bertram released before he actually put out any black metal.
Yeah, they didn't release anything for a while, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, their first full length was 94.
Yeah, so yeah, I know it's some people aren't aware of that, but Mayhem was, even though obviously Euronymous was like a force in popularizing the style, they didn't actually technically release.
Yeah, but the Death Crush EP came out in 87, so that's like.
I mean that's a kind of a. Would you say that that's black metal?
I think it's definitely got the
proto.
Yeah, you can definitely hear the Norwegian black metal in it.
Blueprint. I like Death Crush. I know some people don't, but I don't think it's.
I don't think they ever top Live in Leipzig, man. Live in Leipzig's fucking awesome.
Yeah. They can't. I mean, yeah. I do like D Mysteris, but yeah, live in Leipzig is fucking good shit.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone likes it. We're not saying anything cutting edge. It's good. Yeah. It's good.
Anyway, what were we talking about? We got.
I think were we doing some kind of review?
We were talking about Candlemass.
Yes, right. So Nightfall. Discuss.
What do you want to say about Nightfall? Shit, I hate it.
It's fucking sick. Oh, Jesus Christ! Why are you doing this to me, woman?
No, I like Nightfall.
I do like good. Nightfall. I think it's one of my favourite Blind Guardian songs.
You got anything else to say on Voyage to the North Pole? Because I've got something that I need both of yours opinions on.
I like the where it speeds up towards the end. I like the riff. It's cool.
Yes, that's kind of what I want to talk about.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Well,
do you not
partially.
Do you not like the backing thing? It's really spooky, scary.
I don't like spooky things.
You're getting spooked, mate.
The backing thing. Are you sure you're not mistaking that for the synth bit in Lost Arcane City?
That's what we're on, right?
No.
Nope.
Fuck me. We're still on.
We've been talking about Candlemass.
Oh yeah, of course you were.
So I think there are some strange audio issues on this track, and I tested this with my earphones and with 2 different speakers, and there's still problems. So I kind of want to get your opinions on this. So if you listen to the section beginning about 3:30 where they speed up, something sounds bad about it, and it sounded crackly on my headphones, which I thought was weird because they're new. So out of interest, I tried it on 2 different speakers, and it sounded weirdly distorted. And there's this same problem also about 6 minutes on that riff there. There's a similar distortion issue.
It almost sounds like it's peaking a little bit.
Yeah. And maybe this is the kind of risk that you take using analog recording methods. But
yeah, it's definitely at 6:30. It's like like that.
So I'm not just going insane.
No.
You can hear what I'm talking about.
Adds to it, though, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah, but to be fair, you are autistic about audio quality.
I am.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Well, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I mean, yeah, I guess. I suppose, considering what we were doing before this...
Let's record at 7. 2:45 we started recording. 7:45 we started recording because...
Yeah, look, I care about quality, all right? Okay, fair enough. If you're happy to tolerate that from like a aesthetics point of view, I think that this song seems to sound worse than the others do. Besides that, which I consider a glaring issue, though I don't think my co-hosts do. In terms of how much you can enjoy it, it's again, I don't find it too interesting, this track.
I just want to go back to the point about the sound quality.
Yeah.
Right. We were just talking a minute ago about how good fucking Live in Leipzig is.
It's crap. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Crap quality. I mean, just
quality.
so anyone doesn't fucking go mental.
Because it recorded on a fucking German potato.
Well, but I feel like live stuff can kind of get away with it a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think, because you're not coming into it with the expectation of studio quality.
Yeah.
But it's like a bit of a unique insight, you know. But yeah, I just don't find much of this song that interesting. I feel like even the solo kind of slips out a bit like a fart. and it's like the in between shits that Fenris farted out. But well, I have to say Fenris now because he was the one taking the shit, wasn't he? Shouting Eternal Hells. Obviously, he didn't do the solo.
Or was it? Maybe they both had a shit.
Yeah, it could be.
Shitting together.
They got dual toilets that face each other. But
that's how you form a band. Like that's how you
you shit together.
Band that shits together stays together.
Fuck blood brothers. You gotta be shit brothers. That's what it is.
They did the real Circle of Tyrants. No fucking
Jesus.
You know about the Circle of Tyrants, don't you?
Is this the jizz thing?
No.
No.
Wait, okay, what is
At
it?
Bloodstock. Who is it? It was me and you, shitbag.
Yep.
John, Lee, and Jack.
Yeah.
We got we were all stood pissing in one of those bullet urinals.
Oh.
And then
right.
I said, we're the Circle of Tyrants, and we all held hands and we were pissing.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
It was the most like surreal thing that's ever happened.
Was there anyone confused watching? Did anyone see?
Yeah, it was like the main toilet in the first campsite.
Jesus fucking Christ, that is fucking funny. Oh my God, I cried like one tear.
You listen to Celtic Frost now.
Celtic Frost?
Yeah.
Celtic Frost?
What's the difference?
Celtic is a football fucking team.
What if I call it Celtic?
That's the actual pronunciation. Yeah, Celtic Frost.
No, what if I call the football team Celtic?
I mean, I feel like it should be pronounced that way. It only gets called Celtic because people are fucking idiots and don't know how to say
You're
words.
upset.
What? What did you say?
I said you're upset.
He does sound upset, mate.
He does sound really upset.
I'm
lie.
still crying, and now it's no longer because it's funny.
He sounds quite upset, mate.
I think the best bit of this track is the higher pitch riff at the end, about 8.5 minutes. It's cool, but again, it unfortunately feels like this would be a transitional riff on a better track with better riffs. That's it, really. I don't have anything else to say. I'm fucking ripping this album, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well.
I think it's all right. I don't hate it.
Should we, before we get into like conclusion territory, should we go on to track number 5, Lost Arcane City of Upakra?
Yeah.
You don't sound too sure.
No, yeah, we should. Yes, let's do it.
Fucking hell, alright. You sound like a fucking Blue Peter presenter, bro.
Oh, it would be a fucking banging Blue Peter presenter, don't you fucking think?
Poo Peter! It would be a banging Poo Peter!
I'll be well good.
Oh, fuck.
I'll be well good, mate. I'll be making fucking art out of lollipop sticks and glitter, mate. Fucking...
Yeah, it'd be sick. Bring Art Attack back, but without an umlaut.
Art Attack.
I know that was a separate intellectual property, but let's just gloss that over so that joke lands.
Well, would I be better as a Blue Peter presenter? Blue Peter presenter? Or as Neil Buchanan?
Oh, you can't replace Neil Buchanan.
But anyway, Big Riff Town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Riff.
Yeah.
Lost Arcane City of
I'll
Riff.
give you that. Upac Riff.
Yes. I like the outro synths, the synths at the end.
I agree with you.
It's like a good twist to close the album.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't expecting fucking
No.
a guest from Varg Vikernes at the end there.
Oh, fuck.
I do meme on Dungeon Synth a bit, but I feel like I should listen to it more often. I feel like there might be some stuff there that I could get into.
Nah, I like synth, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of dark synth, horror synth, stuff like that. I love Perturbator, all the kind of known the big fucking names that got popular a few years ago, like all that fucking shit. Like Volta Sigils is one of my favorite albums of all time, and it's a dark synth album. It is fucking sick as fuck. It is very good. What I like about dark synth is how metal it is in a weird way. Dungeon synth is fucking shit in comparison. It's like, I like the idea of it, and it works as like a interlude or something. Yeah. Like it can set the scene, but like if you sit down, like Old Tower, for example, as a dungeon synth thing, you put it on, you think, oh, okay, this is cool, and about an hour later, you're still like, it's like you're playing RuneScape or something, and it just doesn't stop, and it's
like
doesn't
Mr. Bones
go
Wild
anywhere.
Ride, but RuneScape.
Yeah. Dark synth, there's so much stuff you can do with dark synth. It can explore dungeon synth territory, but then it can like fucking kick some fucking ass. It can get hype as fuck. It can get horror and dark. Carpenter Brut, good example, like very, very weird, like very horror atmosphere. Like,
see, I kind of just avoid synth stuff.
No, it depends on what it is. It's not all equally good, but like there is very good synth.
I listen to Neofolk, as you might be aware.
I can't stand it as much as you can,
but
apart from not Tybo,
Tenhi,
yeah.
But I never listen to like the industrial sort of Neofolk. I don't really like that.
I feel it.
Like
more heavy folk side than industrial.
Yeah, because I know it does come from industrial roots originally.
Yeah.
Like Rome and stuff like that, and Death in June have got like lots of industrial elements. I don't really like that kind of stuff. I like the folk instruments, like the acoustic stuff, much more. So like Tenhi and things like that. Yeah.
My problem with neofolk, we spoke about it before, it's that there's a very high tendency to kind of ape that Rome Death in June style of like some man talking at like mid pace.
Yeah.
Over the top, and it just sounds so boring.
Well, this is why I tend to use dark folk instead of saying neofolk.
Yeah, I agree with that, because then you can include stuff like Wilkinsman and epic folk. You can say stuff like that. It just sounds like triumphant and cool.
It kind of leaves the more industrial stuff like that.
Yeah,
because it's a blurry line when you say neofolk between what you mean sometimes.
Yeah, so the genre's messy anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Darkthrone.
No, we're not. We are indeed. Yeah. So no, I agree with you.
So yeah, I just wanted to say I like the riffs, the big riffs. The outro synths are cool. The twist at the end, yeah.
It's very nice.
And there's a bit of Norwegian stuff in there, just so they can remind you that they're Norwegian.
Korn og vann og kjøtt og bein. Myrdrag holder sjelen rein. Frihet styrker glissen oss. Aldri Kristi skal vi nå.
Well, I can see why, because this is about a formerly heathen settlement that basically got like obviously ruined by Christians. It's interesting because when this first came on my Spotify, I just saw Lost Arcane City of UPP, and I thought it was going to be about Uppsala, like the temple at Uppsala.
Yeah.
Because that would make sense. But then obviously I saw the lyrics and looked into it a bit more. So yeah, Upakara was another heathen settlement in Sweden that got obviously sort of erased, taken over rather. So I guess that I don't know what they're saying in the Norwegian part, but I would imagine that it's something.
I'm going to look. I'm not going to translate. I'm going to try and read it. Where is it?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Where's it'll be a metal one, won't it?
Yes.
Right. Hang on, this will be fun. You get the translation up, and I'll tell you what I think it says.
Okay, yeah, cool. All right. Oh, because you're German. Yeah, got it. All right, cool.
Okay, I think it says corn and water and meat and bone. Something 7 Schulen within. Rhine is within. Freedom strengthened glistening isle, maybe? Without Christ.
Close.
Without Christ shall we something, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so the first sentence you are spot on.
Nice.
Yeah, grain and water and meat and bones. Second is actually not 7, it's marshes keep the soul clean.
Okay.
Then Freiheit, yeah, that's an obvious one from German, being very similar. Freedom strengthens the glistening hills. So I think you're like one word off.
Oh, yeah, I said isles.
Isle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the strange thing about Aldri Christi Skol v Norse is it says never shall we be reached, but there's obviously a Christi in there. So I would think
maybe it's said something like "Christ will never reach us" or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna if I cut that out by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's never. Transliterated, it's never Christ we shall be reached, but maybe it means like Christ shall never reach us.
Yeah, that'd make more sense.
That's cool. If that's what it means, that's based as shit. I like that.
Based on heathen pill.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, based on heathen pill, man. I like it. Pro Val. All right. Well, yeah. Riffs are very, very nice. The intro riff is very cool. The main riff after this is pretty fucking satisfying. Like it sounds sassy and sexual. Like it's got that correct. That's what I like about like a fucking doomy riff, you know. There's a nice amount of variation in it. Even though maybe it still feels somewhat lacking in energy on the guitar side of things in some other areas of the song, I like the ride hits and the cymbals. I think that the drumming is quite enjoyable throughout this track.
I think the production might be what you're feeling with the energy, you know, like you don't get as thick production that can convey as much energy.
Yeah, it could be
like this raw. Yeah.
But feeling is important in music, if not the most important. Sure. I think that the slow section, very well done, to be fair. And there's like a very subtle distortion to it that gives it like a sort of eerie feeling. And then the horror fucking synth comes in, and it is really, really nice. It works really well. I think we've all mentioned it. I like it a lot. It's very cool, especially when the guitars come back and the synth like switches up a bit. It's just very, very cool sounding. Yeah, I like it. But it's a good song. I think this is probably my second favourite song on the album.
Yeah, I'm up in the air about what my favourite is. Could be this, or it could be Hate Cloak. I'm not sure.
I would go Hate Cloak and then this.
Shitbag?
I'd say the same. Hate Cloak then this.
Should we do final thoughts?
Yes. Yeah. My perception is we all like Darkthrone. I think you two are bigger Darkthrone fans than I am. But I think you're kind of, there's some things that are being let slide, I think, because it's Darkthrone. I think it was obvious, like, how we would feel about this as not being spectacular, because none of us even bothered to mention Eternal Howls in our albums of the year so far, like, even as an honourable mention.
But it wasn't really out, was it? I hadn't listened to it.
Oh, yeah, it was. When we did the...
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I think it came out like the day before, didn't it?
It did. I didn't even listen to it.
Oh, okay. I'd listened to it I'd listened to it 3 times. I thought it was a couple of days. Never mind.
It was literally the day that we did that recording, it come out.
On closer inspection, I can report that this is bullshit.
All right, maybe I read too much into it then, but can I? All right, then I'll ask you: would it now rank on your?
My top 5 so far?
2021? Or yeah, would it?
No, it wouldn't rank on my top 5 so far.
Shitbag?
No, because you know why, and you bullied me for it. So
what? Because of the slam?
Yep.
I did not bully you.
Did.
Moving on.
Again, doing it again.
It's going to be a therapy session now.
I mean, okay, so my point, maybe I did read too much into it, because I would have thought that you would have listened to it as soon as it came out, but I'm kind of right though.
Well, I did listen to it.
It's spectacular,
but I didn't listen to it.
Have enough time to like properly. Yeah, I get you. I fucking,
because I was already putting my list
repeat.
together at the time and everything. It's like I'm just gonna act like this isn't out yet, rather than. But no, I wouldn't put it in.
That's fair.
It wouldn't be in my top 5. Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna get real with you. I'm gonna get real with you. Like, my main taste preferences at various points in my life have included initially doom and then black metal. Those at previous points of my life have been like my main genres. I feel like I know enough about doom to say that this isn't an interesting album and it could have been a lot better. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that with the amount of like kind of build up that there was, in a sense of like knowing that Fenris is a Doom fan and seeing like Red Planet and stuff like that, I would have hoped for something a lot better. They can craft a song, make no mistake, but the problem is it's just not very interesting. And the riffs, we've mentioned there's songs where they got riffs, but in general, they're just not very good doomy riffs.
I disagree.
And I wonder if, like, if you look into your heart, do you not think that you're maybe trying to defend them a bit?
No.
I think this is my least favourite Darkthrone album.
Because if I hear something I don't like, even if I want to like it, I don't like it. Like earlier this year when the Keys of Orthanc album came out.
I listened to that actually in the last 2 weeks, but I didn't mention it.
Oh, this is shit. I wish it wasn't shit.
I can't remember anything about it, so that probably tells you what you need to know.
I think because I didn't look at it through the framework of it being a Doom album, I looked at it through the frame of being a Darkthrone album where Fenris had listened to Doom.
I don't know if that would change anything for me, though.
I don't know. I like the riffs, and as I mentioned earlier on, the songcraft for me was absolutely outstanding. The way they can just meld all the different elements together and nothing sounds shoehorned or forced is pretty. It's pretty good. Good work. And the retro sound is never to be
from necro sound to retro sound. That's the Darkthrone story.
Nice.
Shitbag?
Yeah, well, I come into it as it's supposed to be Darkthrone. Like, that's the opinion I had on it before it started. So I knew it was going to be already like good. Like, I knew it was going to be an alright album. It's not on my top list, but it's definitely understandable that it could be on people's lists.
Oh, I don't think so, man. I think that's very generous.
I don't know, man.
If anyone puts this as one of their top albums of the year, then they've just not listened to enough music.
Fucking hell. I swear, dude, you're just going in on it. How fucking... What happened to you? Who's hurt you?
Where did Darkthrone touch you?
Yeah, who's hurt you?
Who hurt you, honey?
Who hurt you, man?
Now, okay, I think that this makes sense actually. Now that I think about it, because all right, you can come into it thinking, okay, the Doom person is going to like this more, but if you think about it, because I know what kind of Doom I like, when I hear Darkthrone doing something doomy and it doesn't like meet my expectations, I'm more likely to have like preconceived notions of what makes it good or bad.
Of what
does
Doom's
that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, that makes sense.
Should we do some nonce ratings?
Yes, let's drop the bald nonces head first so they can smash their fucking eggs right on the pavement. Let's go.
I'm giving it a 4.
Wait, just do a quick refresher. It's 0 to 7 bold nonces, where 0 is best and 7 is worst.
Yeah, because you don't want nonces in your town.
Especially bold ones.
Yeah.
Slippery.
Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. You're on a fucking roll today, Warhound. Jesus Christ.
Shitbag, give me a fucking nonce rating. Below average.
No, I'll say 3.5. That's halfway in it. 3.5. Yeah, half and half.
So, I can't. It's not average. I say it's slightly above average. And I am going to be biased because it's Darkthrone and bump it up. So it's 2.5.
So you're giving them bonus points because of who they are?
Because it's Darkthrone.
I absolutely abhor band loyalty.
The joy
completely disavow band loyalty.
The joy that Darkthrone has given us in our rating systems of sunglasses.
Yeah, but you can't give them awards for previous albums and legacy. Not on to do with this album.
We give bands ratings on sunglasses.
It's obviously
and that's heavily influenced by.
There's worse reasons to award bonus points.
So I feel like it's only fair that we.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
and it's only half a point, so 2.5.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I agree with Shitbag. I'm gonna give it 3.5. There you go. I don't think it's bad. I sounded harsh. I sounded critical, but I'm not.
You fucking did sound critical, mate. Oh,
yeah, but you know, I'm just like OCD in it. So yeah, not bad. It's not terrible. It's all right. I'm probably not going to listen to the whole thing again, but it's all right. The average is 3.16, so the average is 3.